Welcome to You're Allowed to Hate Your Husband, a modern day love story. I am Remy Stern. I'm a relationship coach, and we are going to talk all things relationships, from being single to dating to being engaged, married. Who you marry is the most important decision you will ever make.
If you're looking for a wife, which is a beautiful thing to do, the best thing to do is to choose wisely.
If you're thinking, what am I doing wrong? Everybody else has it right. Then you are in the right place, because trust me, nobody knows what they're doing. I'm so excited. Please hop right in, listen to this episode, listen to this series, and we are so excited that you are joining us here. Welcome back to You're Allowed to Hate Your Husband. You guys, this episode is unbelievable. Alexia Umansky is not only a close friend of mine, but she is this incredible, bright, shining light who is just so happy and joyful and fun. And in this episode, she really opens up about things that are going on in her life right now and how to withstand these challenges when living in fame and when living in the spotlight. And she talks about how being joyful and making the decision to be happy every single day is the most important thing you can do in life, because it is a decision. And whatever you're going through, she teaches us how to relax and how to surrender and how to really live our best life no matter what you're going through. It is a fun episode. It is funny. It is all the things. And I'm so excited for you to watch this one. So hop right in, experience it for yourself, and have a good time. So we are so excited to have Alexia Umansky on today on You're Allowed to Hate Your Husband.
I love that name, by the way. It's relatable and so true, and you can still love him at the same time.
Exactly. So they say, like,
You don't even have a husband yet. You already hate the guy.
But I've been around enough husbands and wives to know.
Oh my gosh.
Also, for everyone listening that doesn't know, I've been dating my best friend Jake for 4 years now, in November. And it's January now. So a little over 4 years, but we've been best friends since third grade. And we did go to the same elementary school, high school, and then we both went to Boston together. And the entire time it was honestly very platonic. And it stayed that way because he's actually my best friend's first kiss and first boyfriend. So I was like, I never even allowed myself to think that way for years and years and years. And then it was actually that best friend that pulled me aside one day and was like, you two are in love. You need to admit it to yourself. And the day you kiss him, you better tell me.
What an epic
And
best
I was
friend.
like, I know. I was like, at first I was like, no, what do you mean? No way. And then it kind of just opened the gates, and it's something that was always there, but I didn't allow myself to really feel, because, I mean, her and we used to go horseback riding together, and I wouldn't even look at her horses. I was like, I don't even want to step on anyone's toes. I've never been that person ever. So suddenly I felt like I didn't realize I needed that green light. And it changed everything. And I remember right when that happened, she must have had a conversation with him as well, because there was like a shift in the energy. And I remember we went to dinner in Boston together, the two of us one night, and we kissed. I kissed him for the first time.
No, Jonathan thinks I kissed him too. But you're admitting it.
I did kiss him for the first time. And
Bravo.
I honestly thought for a second that it was going to be it, but plot twist, he ended up dating someone else for like 2 years. And then so did I. And then we decided to be together after that, which honestly, I know is really weird to say, but I love how that story worked out, because I don't think that we were ready for each other.
100%.
And I was so happy in the relationships I had in between then and when we were ready. And there was just like no pressure, and we just knew it was the right time. And I love that I like the plot twist.
So you mentioned timing is everything.
Yes.
Right?
Everything.
And you liked to have these relationships in between to kind of teach you something. Like, would you say that that's a huge part of your...
100% why it works.
Yeah.
Just I want to say that I didn't date other people to prep for Jake. That was never the plan. Him and I, we just decided we were so young and it just didn't feel right. And like we were in college and, we were best friends and it just didn't feel correct to be in college and wanting to be wild and have fun and do these certain things. Cause we knew if we started dating each other, it would be really serious, really fast because we've been best friends for so long. So we just said, if it ever does work out, it works out, but this is not the time now. And I had, it's funny because that was after my 6-year relationship that I did have. Remy was there when I went through my breakup and it was really intense. And then there was that, and I was not heartbroken by that with the whole Jake situation. It just felt right. And honestly, there was never like a situation where I was waiting and waiting. It was just like, whatever is meant for me will come. And that's exactly what it was. And I don't know, I feel like we both learned so much about ourselves and who we are in relationships. And the people I dated in between those times were both so meaningful to me and just special. And I honestly wouldn't change a single thing. I loved having those other relationships as well. And I always loved Jake's girlfriends too. I thought they were great. So I don't know. It's funny. A lot of people don't know that. And I don't know if my friends even know all those little things in between. But and that honestly didn't happen until after college. There was 1 second where we were like, should we? And it lasted, when I say a second, it was really, really a second. Yeah.
Well, I think what's so cool about this story is that, we're able to look back now. I think it's Steve Jobs said, it's easy to look back at life and see how the dots connected moving forwards, but we have to trust that where we are right now, the dots are continuing to move forward, right? Because typically when we're in a situation and a dating situation, we're like, is this going to work out? Is this my husband? Like we question 50 things and we're like, but it's not the right time. But does he like me? But is it this? But is it this? And like we get into our heads and we want to rush the process and we want to know the ending and we don't realize the things that have to happen between now and then, which for you was timing. It had to do with experience with other people. You are so secure in your relationship, which is so cool, that you even respect and like the people he was with. And I think that's actually something that Jonathan and I have. Like we actually talk about our past people quite a bit, not so much, but like enough to be like, I understand you more. Like I respect that woman for being in your life and teaching you this about yourself. So by the time you came to me, like, it's almost like you gathered these experiences, and to end up with someone and like, wouldn't you say that we don't have jealousy, honestly, do we?
No, not at all. Zero. I'm so happy with you. Of course, I'm happy with your experiences and your ex-boyfriends. And, I'd give them a hug. I'd give them a handshake. I'd smile.
Oh, me too.
It's part of who you are. You loved, you learned, you lived, and I love all of it. I do want to say that I partied with Jake one time in Aspen. He's a super cool dude and
that
a
was
smart
so
guy.
much fun on New Year's.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So I wish you guys great luck. I think you were very smart and secure in your approach. You didn't have everything planned out. You didn't overanalyze. You didn't overthink everything. You trusted your gut and worked out really well thus far. So I like the way your approach.
Thank you.
What would you say would be advice to give to somebody who doesn't see the dots connecting moving forward? Like they're going through the heartbreak right now. They are, they want to know if it's going to work with this guy, or they're completely alone and feel lonely. Like what would your advice be to them?
So there's, obviously so many different experiences for different people. So one piece of advice isn't going to cater to just everyone, but there's 2 things that I like to go by just in relationships and life. And one of them is, my grandpa actually said this to me, and it's kind of basic, but it's so true. And I remember asking him I remember asking him about this book that he read, or what's his favorite book. And he was saying this, he just went on a whole tangent on how to be happy and how to live life and just all this grandpa wisdom. And he basically said, we're so lucky to feel the highs in life, but it is so important. Do not forget to really feel the lows.
Wow. I love that.
And it was just like hearing your grandpa say something like that kind of hits you differently, because you're like, that's so true. Like there is no high without the low. And heartbreaks are so hard, but also how lucky were you to feel so passionately about someone and love so hard for someone who a lot of people haven't even had that yet. So it's something so beautiful about just feeling, whether it's good or it's bad. And sometimes you just have to really let it go. And honestly, the more you cry, the faster you heal. So don't be hard on yourself if you're crying every night, because it will end eventually. I promise everyone it ends eventually. My breakup was so heartbreaking and so devastating. And I mean, we were together for 6 years, from junior year of high school to junior year of college, or it was sophomore year of high school to junior year of college. And I thought it was the end of the world. And, I'm so grateful for my experience with him. He's amazing. But it was like such a devastating moment. It was actually one of the best things that's ever happened for me. And it just puts things into perspective. Like what the moment is not what it will be forever. And my other piece of advice for people that want that love so badly and want that connection so badly, I always use this metaphor. Think of yourself as a light, and you want to attract people like moths to a light. Like focus on you, focus on what makes you feel good. And I've always kind of visualized a light in me, and I can tell when it's bright and when it's dim. And like, it sucks when I know it's dim and I'm just kind of waiting for that moment to happen. And you just have to really put effort into being happy. And that's how you make the light brighter. And being happy is not easy. If it was easy, everyone would be happy and the world would be a much better place. But just find what makes you happy and focus on yourself. And if you're just like internalizing like what makes you feel good, then people are going to come to you.
I'm freaking out. Was that not the best answer?
That was a phenomenal. That was a phenomenal answer.
Is that not my entire business summed up into two things?
Yes.
What the heck?
I'm gonna just point out two quick things, which is, you mentioned, and you mentioned that out of all of our friends, I can't name one that was like, yeah, I met this guy, he's perfect, we got married and happily ever after. Like, everyone has highs, everyone has lows, everybody has wins, everybody has losses, everyone has crazy stories, getting back together, getting your friend's ex. I mean, like, there's so many things that happen in life that, will make you happy or super sad. So it's totally normal. So if you're in the super sad part of your life right now, just have faith, get up. You can't build a business in one day. It takes time. And our life is even more important than the business that we build. So just like you said, and just like Levi Bayrami says every day, focus on yourself, be happy, improve yourself, strengthen yourself, go out and do things that make you a better person every single day. And then just have faith that you're going to end up at the right place with the right person at the right time.
It's so good. It's literally those three parts. You added one that I love, but your answer was incredible.
Yeah.
That first is like, you have to go with the flows of life. You can't resist that hardships are going to happen, because if you fight with reality, you're going to lose 100% of the time.
Yep.
So let's say life is a wave and you're surfing the wave. The worst thing you can do is to try really hard and get on in, like fight what's happening. If you relax into whatever's happening in your life, you are going to surf that wave so beautifully. So another thing I heard once that I love is that a healthy heart goes up and down. You never want to see it flatline, because a flatlined heart is something nobody wants. But the ups and the downs are all part of living and feeling and being alive. And we all want to be alive. So we have to go with the waves, the ups and the downs, and in a sense, celebrate the downs just as much as the ups, because they get you even higher. So incredible.
What goes down must come
up. And I see it as it goes up and down and higher and higher and higher. And the more you can embrace the downs and learn from them and grow from them, imagine how much stronger and more unbelievable your life will be. So, question.
Yes.
We all have downs. And it's easy to see, Instagram reels and be like, oh, her life is perfect. She doesn't have downs, right? We all experience this. Like we see other people's lives and we're like, I experience this, but she doesn't. Guess what? Newsflash, we all have our ups and downs. What do you think would be like a challenge in your life or a hardship that taught you this wisdom? Because this is like incredible wisdom. Like, what are the challenges in your life that have really shaped this and helped you grow? And have you been able to look back and see how it made your life maybe even better in a weird way?
100%. Every challenge I've had in my life has made my life better. It's led me to where I am now. And I'm, not going to get all conspiracy theory, but there is a part of me that does feel like we are in a matrix, and every challenge is.
I'm so in. I agree. I know.
Like, and even if it's not, I still kind of think this way.
She's on to us.
But I just feel like every challenge is a level where it's about how you handle it that determines how much you level up.
Mm-hmm.
Like where you go from there.
Yep.
So I really do like to look at these challenges as a challenge that I want to handle in the best way possible. And to do that, you just have to, again, really feel it and let it happen and embrace it. So I'll share my most recent struggle, which is the fact that my parents are separated recently. And that's something that, honestly, I think all my family never expected ever to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been like the craziest thing to deal with because, first of all, the shock was so intense, but also as a big sister, the responsibility you feel to take care of your siblings and the whole dynamic is so intense. And then on top of it all, I just moved in with my boyfriend. And you're like, oh, like
Everything.
I'm leaving them like this now. And like, when do you choose to be selfish? When do you choose to be selfless? And I think that's one of those like intense moments in life that a lot of people really do deal with. And it feels so alienating, but it's really not.
Yeah.
But it is alienating to go through it in public. That's like a whole different ballgame. You don't really get the liberty of privacy. And, I feel for my parents in that sense where it's so not easy for them. And that's another thing is I'm such a guilt-ridden person. I just feel guilty all the time for everything. Like,
you're the same person.
I have no reason to feel guilty for so much of it, but like, I see other people's experiences and I feel bad. So something I'm just going by now, and this is like my key word of the year, is surrender. And that's what's been getting me so through everything is just like, what can I do about it? Like, I'm only going to stress about the things I can control. And that's just my answer right now. It's just, I'm a rock on the ground and the water's just flowing right over me. And I just need to let it happen and I'll be okay.
Okay, first
Can
of
I
all,
say I'm very sorry to hear that?
Yes. And Jonathan knows this very well from me.
Yeah.
And it is so painful. And I have so much to say, but I'm going to let Jonathan go because I could talk forever.
I'm sorry to hear that. I will say that I'd like to compliment you on being such a beautiful rock and such a strong rock
Amen.
During such a wild, being in the middle of a wild stream like that. I can't even imagine. I did not grow up in the public eye, so I was able to, unrelated to this topic, but be able to do any moronic thing that I wanted 100 days in a row, and I would wake up and nobody would know about it. No one would know about it.
By the way,
I would not be on the top.
Before social media, so no one was taking a picture.
Oh, God.
Oh my God!
And I never posted anything. So like I had once the night was over or the day was over, the new day began.
Yeah, no anxiety the next day.
You don't have
no one
that.
knows what
Meanwhile,
happened.
we would like go into dark holes and I say everything's documented. Like whether you're on a show or whether it's your
you
don't
have that
Snapchats.
luxury. You're on like the cover of a magazine or on page 6 or on like Alexia drinks till 6 a.m. or has a pack of cigarettes or like I was like I did that 182 days in a row and then took one day off and nobody ever knew about it.
But like, that's really everyone's experience now.
It could change things up.
Yeah, it's
it
a part
could
of the
really
new
mess you up.
Yeah.
Mess
Jonathan
up like just
would be in
upbringing.
so much trouble if your life was documented.
Oh my God.
Every time someone gets trouble in the media,
you have no idea.
You're like, please give him a break because if they saw what I did,
Yeah.
please don't take everything. But it's very hard. And to Jonathan's point, like,
And you're doing great. So I
raw-
compliment you. You're doing amazing.
no,
Thank
like
you.
unbelievable. And it's so interesting because very similar stories in the sense that my parents were separated for a long time before anyone really knew. Like we were, even before that, we knew like it was a slow rolling ball, but nobody expected it to happen.
Yeah.
And then when it did, and then they finally decided to get divorced, like when shit hit the fan, was right when we got engaged. And so like literally right as I'm leaving my family-ish, of course not. I'm starting my own life.
Yes.
And their life is falling apart.
A lot of symmetry between our two experiences, for
and
sure.
And then when we get married, the divorce thing happens even more. And then I think that was like the last
It's
time
very
we saw each other.
emotional.
It was horrible. And
Very
then Juliet gets
It's a
like,
lot of change at once. You're just like, everything, slow down, please.
Slow motion, please. Like on our phone. It's very hard. But what I love that you said, and I'm taking your advice, so thank you, is that rock. I love the analogy of the rock, and just let it flow over you. And I understand the feeling of guilt and just feeling bad. Poor girl, literally. Why did she come skiing with my family one day? Meanwhile, it was like true war had set out. And my mom's so screaming at me because my dad's on the mountain and my dad's yelling at us that we're not with him. And I'm sitting on the chairlift shaking.
And I just want to get lunch. The pizza is screaming my name.
I got the
and you guys are so slow.
Experience.
Jonathan's hangry and I'm like having panic attack. And I felt guilty for every single person. I looked at you and I still feel bad. And I was like, you are so lucky. You're never going to have to deal with this. And like, I literally still feel so bad because now here you are. And
they are still a success story.
Yeah, thank God.
They've had 27 amazing years. And the reality is like those who have a lifelong marriage, bravo to you. Seriously, incredible. But people really do change. And that's just what the problem was, is there's no bad guy here. They're just like grew up and grew different directions, and who knows what'll happen. I'm not sure, but there's no one to blame. And
100%.
Like
they're both amazing.
It blows my mind. I'm a different person than I was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like 27 years later,
that's a lot.
It's
that's
a lot of time. And things do change. And in that time, like our life has changed so much. My parents, when they got married, they were living in a small 2-bedroom apartment. And, ever since, my mom's now on one of the biggest reality TV shows of history. And my dad has started an incredible, very big real estate agency. And,
huge success.
They're not who they were when they started. And they've been so supportive of each other and they've loved each other so much. And that's what's gotten both of them to where they are today. And there's no animosity. There's no hate. There's no hard feelings. But it's incredible. It's a success story 100%, no matter what happens.
To think this way because I still look at mine, and Jonathan tells me every day, it's like, look at all of the blessings you have. You have your mom, you have your dad, you have your 103-year-old grandpa who, thank God, just survived a surgery yesterday for a broken arm. Like, you have so many blessings. If you focus, on the fact that there's no united parents anymore, yes, you're going to be upset, but look at the a million blessings that you've been given. Yep. And for you, listen, people get married for many reasons, of course, but I would say a very technical reason is to have kids and have a family. And if you look at the technical reason that people get married, your parents, and this is what I respect so much from you and your family, have always been the most loving, involved, caring, fun, supportive parents. And I know, like, I've seen from living with you, we've worked together, like, I've seen a lot of things. Like, they've done the most important part. It's almost
and they've done it so well.
The joy that is in your home that I've seen, and you waking up with that feeling of I feel like you still feel like you have support from
100%. I mean, I was still living at home. I'm 27 years old. I'm living home until 2 weeks ago. And even with the change and the shift, I was still devastated to leave. Our home is such a happy place. And, it's going to sound weird to say this about myself, but something I'm told all the time and I've come to realize about our family is that we don't see ourselves as as a big deal. Like, we don't see ourselves as, we don't walk into a room and expect people to treat us treat us differently because of my mom's show or our show or whatever. And I think that's just so rooted in how my parents raised us, which is just so humbly. Like they're both so humble and grounded and so aware of their surroundings, and they have such a respect for the people around them. And it's just
the coolest thing ever.
And
literally
they respect each other.
Against all odds of like cameras literally since you were how old? You had cameras
13.
13. First of all, they lasted that many years of staying together as a united couple. Sure, now you're right. People change. Paths move. It's hard for you, but you're going to be okay. We're all going to be okay. We're going to make our lives and everything's going to be okay. But through against all odds of like the hardest way to raise a humble family, your parents did it and you guys did it. Like I'm the type of person who like not in the like I love your family. I don't have that much time to watch television. So like I don't see it firsthand on television, but I know you and there's no difference between like you're so humble. If anything, you're more like silly and goofy and like exactly who you are than most people I know. Yeah. And it's very cool and I respect it and I admire it and I love you. It's the honest truth of it all.
And I don't mean to like toot my own horn because I don't know that sounds a certain way.
But you could toot it.
Please toot that.
But people are always like, wow, I expected you to be so different. Like I expected you to be like a bitch. And I'm like, thank you.
No, but by the way, it's kind of like me. I always say like, I'm much prettier in person than I'm in pictures. So like people are pleasantly surprised when they see me. I am, right?
Like, wow,
I think me too.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, I could take that as a negative thing, but like I'm totally taking it as a compliment.
Hilarious.
Like personality wise, you're better in person than you could even imagine. And that's I think 10
So it's not exactly, I say this to both of you, the movie ending that you wanted or hoped for. But it's a phenomenal movie. It's a great movie.
That's what Jonathan teaches me.
You both have 100%. Phenomenal parents. Your parents are perfect. I know them obviously very well. Your dad is amazing. Your mom is literally perfect. And we should be grateful for the blessings. I don't think I've ever spoken with your mother, but I met your dad once or twice. I love him. He is awesome. And I heard him on a podcast. He's a genius. Yeah. He's very smart. He's motivating. He's inspiring. That guy is awesome. And I see that in you. That's maybe why you're so humble or like down to earth and cool at the same time. It's like a combination, like a deadly combination of awesomeness. Because your dad has it and you have it too. I see a similarity.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
It's really true. So how would you say then, and by the way, I'm fully learning from you, so this is great.
It's true.
You are staying that bright, shining light because in my opinion and what I do for myself and what I do with my clients is it's an every single day decision to be a bright shining light. Like you can let the clouds come over and cloud the sun, but the sun's always behind there. Like no matter who you are, what you're going through in your life, the sun is always behind the clouds. The clouds just got to move to let the sun out. And that goes for things in your life, also for your internal state. So you have that bright shining light in you. In my opinion, it's an every single day practice to connect to it, to let it shine. What are your practices like these days to kind of connect to that bright, shining light?
This might sound kind of obnoxious because I know it's a lot easier said than done for a lot of people. But I have talked to a couple of friends that have or are going through very similar experiences as my family is right now. And a lot of people, rightfully so, and naturally so, have a lot of anger. And I think that like sadness really easily turns into anger naturally. That's kind of like the human reaction because it's so much easier to be angry than sad. But what my answer is it's really just a choice. Like if I could look at everything, there's definitely things I could be mad about. There's things I could hold on to, but I don't want to be mad. I don't want to change the dynamic.
I literally want to record this, put on a huge sign and say, this is my business. She just does it 10 times better than I do. It's literally a decision. It's you get to decide. And it's a really hard thing for people to hear that because they're like, no, but it's not a decision because this happened to me.
Yeah.
And that's, in all honesty, being a victim in life. It's saying that life happens to me, where in reality, what we're seeing is life happens for us. And we get to decide every single day how we show up. And would you rather be angry and upset all the time. And you teach this to me every day. Thank you, husband.
She's sharing a lot of beautiful wisdom. If the real estate industry goes to the gutter, you could become a life coach, write a book within the first 30 days. You've got a whole gig waiting for you.
Therapy helps a lot. That's for sure too. Just talk.
I guess it does.
Is important.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be where I am without therapy.
No, but you're very smart.
Thank you.
Thank you. So you think it's an everyday choice, that internal, I'm deciding to not be angry and I'm deciding to actually have a good day despite not only going through stuff, but also it being in the public eye. And you walk through the streets and through life still being a bright shining light when I'm sure you know that people have knowledge on what's happening. So, but that's very hard. So whoever's out there listening,
if you're not there, that's okay.
Yeah, 100%. It takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have a life coach the rest of my life.
But you do get stronger.
Exactly.
Yeah, you get stronger. So do you think that there's like takeaways that people could do? Like everything, like I have my staples that are kind of my, for lack of a better word, it could be my morning routine, my night routine, I have to every single day get outside and I live in New York City and I need to get to nature. Like I will be at Central Park every single day. There's certain things that need to happen for Remy to be
happy.
Remy. to be happy by
and nobody wants to see the Remy that hasn't seen nature in over 24 hours.
No, the
or SLT or Pilates class. Because she starts like climbing the walls and you're like, you got to get out of here. You got to go.
That's hilarious.
I'm very scared.
Climbing the wall. You turn the lights on, Remy's in the corner.
Yeah, Remy's like screaming at me for weird things and I'm like, you got to go to Central Park, go pee in the trees or something.
I
Come back home.
That's relatable. You need to do the things that make you feel good.
Yes. There was one day it was 10 a.m. and like I hate cleaning. If you listen to our show, you know this. Like I hate it. And we had just gotten back from Aspen recently and I had to unpack everything and make breakfast for my daughter and clean the breakfast for her. My husband was on an antibiotic that made you exhausted.
You know it's coming.
And he woke up at like, he's like, this is always fun. He wakes up at like 11 a.m. And at this point, I haven't been outside. I've been doing my least favorite activity, which is cleaning. I haven't been to my work.
I just woke up from a great sleep. I'm feeling like I'm
you hate him for it.
Oh my God.
You're like, did you like that?
I walked in. I was like,
it was so beautiful.
I get that though.
I was like, it's time to wake up. Get up. I was like, do you want to know everything I've done today? He's like, no.
I just woke up. I want my lemon water. I want to do a little stretch.
Lemon water.
And she's like already up my wazoo.
I passed you, Juliet. I said, I'm leaving. And I walked out.
And I was like,
and then I came back after I did my workout. I got lunch by myself on Central Park.
Nice.
I did an errand and I came home and I was like, hello, husband. He's like, oh my God, what happened to you? Like, you left him on street, came back a delicate flower.
That's what sometimes we all have that little remedy, right?
Yes.
For me, it's food.
For me, it's basketball.
Nice.
Playing basketball.
So yours is basketball, okay?
Yeah.
You also
watching basketball or playing basketball?
Yeah, you always feel good. What about tennis?
90 minutes, score 20 to 30 points, come home, take a shower.
But what if you're having like a really off day? Like what if you score 0?
Once a year,
oh my God.
I'll have an off day, but I'll enjoy that off day because I know for the rest of the year, when I come home and I tell my wife I played amazing, she'll believe me.
By the way.
So I really like advertise. Honey, I played horrible today. Couldn't hit a shot. There was too much air in the ball. Whatever.
There was a point that Jonathan kept coming home every single Monday. I played so well. I this. And I looked at him and I was like, this is you don't play well every single time. You think it's almost like I played well, but I never what is the thing? Whatever.
But once in a while, I will gladly tell you.
He loves to tell me when he doesn't do well, so that I believe him when he thinks that he is the king of the world and Michael Jordan and crushes every single basket. So Jonathan's basketball. Mine's like getting outside. I need to get outside. At a certain point, I go, and I need to move my body and meditate and have my lemon water.
Yours
and
is
green
food?
You have a whole cocktail of
So yours is food?
Cooking?
Mine's
Is it cooking? Is
Jake
it ordering a pie of pizza?
Love Jake.
Jake cooks for me, and I put on my TV show, and I do nothing else. And that's what makes me happy is my TV shows and my movies and my books.
And him cooking.
He's such an incredible chef. But that's something I actually really wanted to learn in 2020. I was like, let's do this together. And he fell in love. And I was like, really? Like, this is supposed to be for us? But he like wouldn't even let me chop because he got so good at chopping. And I was like, that was my job. That was the one thing I could do.
You know nothing about chopping.
I'm going to chop your credit
card in half.
Do you know what that's from?
Wait, no.
Oh my
Wolf
God.
of Wall Street.
Yeah, he goes,
Oh.
they're on the boat and they're like, it's choppy. You know nothing about chop. I've chopped your credit card.
They say it to the girls. The girls are saying, the wives are saying, it's a little choppy. Meanwhile, it's very choppy. They're on the boat. He goes, you know nothing about chop. I'll chop your credit card in half.
Then the boat goes under and the helicopter saves them. Fun stuff.
Yeah, it was a
I
great
need to
movie.
rewatch that movie.
Best
It's been
movie.
a long time.
Best movie. Okay.
So what are your favorite meals that he cooks?
Ooh. He's incredible at making pastas.
Yum.
Really good at making pastas. We made mussels once that were
Yum.
delicious. This is like a really, 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 really easy one, but he does a really good job at boiling eggs. And
But that's very hard.
These ones?
Yeah, like the boiling egg. And then you like mix it in rice, like a little Japanese breakfast vibe with like the soy sauce and the chili oil and just all this different stuff. He's great at breakfast.
Wow.
What else? There's so many things. Oh, steak.
Oh
Good
my
steak.
God.
Do you like it well done or rare?
I like it rare now because of him.
Really?
I was a
So
well
he's
done
that
girl for
good.
so long. Yeah, he's really good at making steak.
I'm a well done guy.
No
he has
wonder.
he has a steak dealer.
No.
So we
no
get the good
wonder
stuff.
You're excited to move in with him. You're literally going to have the best meals of all time.
Our kitchen was the
You have-
first thing we finished.
That is unbelievable.
Stacked up. We went to 3 grocery stores and he was like a kid in a candy shop.
Yeah.
3 candy shops for 3 hours. It was the most exciting thing. That's how we spent his birthday eve.
That's a fun activity, filling up the kitchen, like getting all these cool
it is.
snacks. and
Moving in is
chips
very
and-
fun. So is that so? First of all, you're writing a book because you have to. You're brilliant, and he's writing a cookbook because I want all of these recipes immediately. Is that so? This is something that you like to do. You like to eat a beautiful meal. It like really helps you if you've had a crappy day and you've had horrible meals, you're just going to feel like not great.
Yeah,
And
I like to receive like an act of kindness. Like that makes me feel just better.
The cutest thing
Maybe
ever.
you can give me a little advice. See, my wife is a phenomenal chef. If I ask her, hey, honey, can I get a snack? She goes, yeah, plums in the kitchen. Okay. But then you're coming over this morning and I see her in the kitchen cutting up fruit and strawberries and kiwis and exotic mangoes. And she had some shipped from Japan. And there's this platter out. And I was like, what's going on here? So when you come over, there's like a platter, a buffet for a king and a queen.
What's the advice?
But when I ask for something to eat, she's like, oh yeah, got you. It's in somewhere in the kitchen. You'll find it.
I make your daughter beautiful meals.
You do?
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
How do I get on that list?
You gotta
You
ask
know
Jake.
what?
I'm going to tell her to come over every morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Alexia's
Just
on her
keep
way.
inviting me.
Is she, oh, you're coming over this morning? Okay, honey, she's coming over. You got to get
By
in the
the
kitchen.
way, every podcast guest, I make a beautiful breakfast. I should have made a better one. So
I got my
podcast.
little Starbucks bacon
I know.
cheese.
Yum.
That
Nice.
little sandwich, I like
They
those.
are the best.
It was the egg bites, actually. Have you had those?
No,
Oh,
but
the
I
egg
saw
bites
them.
are the best
I
little
saw
ones.
them.
I get to.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is something you love doing alone, and it's something you love doing with your boyfriend. That's very nice that you guys have an activity that you genuinely like to do together. I would say for Jonathan and I, like, we love playing tennis. We love going on runs. Like, we actually have a list in our room that we call our little loves list. I recommend doing this.
Oh, that's sweet.
And I wrote one for him of things that I love doing with me and together, like things that I love that he does for me, and then activities I love together. He wrote one for me. We didn't look at each other's, and we have them next to our bed. So we should be better at this. At one point, we were really good.
It's really nice.
But if you ever feel like maybe a disconnection, because that's normal, relationships will be relationships.
Yeah.
We go to these lists and we say, like, what can I do that makes him happy? Not what makes me happy. Go to the list that he created, which, for example, he loves when I make oatmeal, and I have oatmeal for the week. You love it, don't
It's
you?
not on the list.
Okay, but I know, but
Making oatmeal is not on my love list.
No,
honey.
but I know
His
it's
face is like, what?
Yeah, I have a rep here, honey.
Meanwhile,
That's
I
like
got
the
some
easy one.
fans
She's
out
like,
there.
he loves it. Like,
Oatmeal
right?
is not on my love list.
okay, so
You
what's
love
one? What's one on your love list? I could
don't
tell you
know, but It's
mine.
not oatmeal.
No, one of them is. You like when I sit on your lap. So like if we're
I
ever
love it
not,
when you sit on my
so
lap.
whenever we're not connected, I walk over and I sit on your lap.
I love it when you
I
say
love
that.
going on trips. Wink,
cute.
wink, hint, hint. Take me on a trip. Anyways,
We're going to Miami tomorrow morning.
We are going.
We just got back from Aspen 10
We're on a
days
trip.
ago. Poor
Okay.
child.
Anyways,
I feel bad for you.
I know, poor me.
Tough
So,
life.
Hilarious.
what are things that like you love doing together with Jake that are just your guys' special things?
That's a good question. Well, okay, I know I already said this, but him and I, we always really bonded over our TV shows, and like we genuinely love. On Sundays, we shut the day away.
Mm-hmm.
We close the blinds, we order in, and we binge watch TV all day long. And
that's great.
Like, call it healthy or not, it is the best way to spend a Sunday. We also love to, what do we like to do? We just like doing a bunch of random stuff. We did like, we go to restaurants. It's very food and TV based, honestly.
I love that.
Like, those are the things that make me happy. And that's what he likes doing with me. So
very lucky. Yeah.
That's what we do.
What's your favorite
Do you have any like opposite activities that you do together or simultaneously?
He loves to work out. I never work out.
Okay.
And I know he would love for me to start joining him at the gym and whatnot. I'm getting there eventually. It's a new year, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of on my bucket list. We'll see what happens. But other than that, we honestly just, our lives fit so well together. So we have the same friends, and we like the same things, and we like the same foods. And I would say that an activity of ours is trying new places.
So cute.
Do you have a list?
Oh, do I have a list? I have the most detailed list of an LA guide you've ever seen in your life. And something we make sure to do all the time is date night. Whether that's cooking together or just being a little more intentional with even if we're doing the same thing, but we call it date night. Just the whole mood of the night is different. But we always like to try new places. I mean, everyone's always like, oh, what's your favorite place? I'm like, I don't know, because I'm always trying new things.
Right.
There's so much to see and experience. Something I want to do, which neither of us is good at golf, but I really want to do Top Golf next. Like,
that's fun.
We're always doing random things. Like, there's not like one specific thing. The only real stable things we have are TV and food. And other than that, we're just always
exploring and having fun.
Stuff.
That's great.
I love that. We like to do that too. Our date nights typically are like an activity, like a Top Golf type of thing, or like we have what's one here called Swingers. It's very fun. So
mini golf,
yeah,
with
things
drinks.
like that.
Oh,
We
that's
like
cute.
Mini
to go
golf
dancing.
with big drinks.
But it's really important in a relationship to know what you like to do, what you guys like to do together. Also, I find at least, like, I'm probably the worst basketball player that has ever existed.
Yes.
So I'm never going to try to play basketball. But I also know that for Jonathan, saying go play basketball every single Monday night, and him saying that, let's say for my SLT or my meditations, he's like, go meditate.
Yeah.
Wait, what is SLT?
It's my Pilates class.
I've been hearing that. There's like a third time.
I can see on the credit card, SLT. Okay,
SLT.
wife is working out.
Exactly. She's
The last night, because we love to do a lot of things together, but like last night, she went to a Torah class, an all-women's Torah class, and I played backgammon with my buddies for money.
Yeah.
So like, it's good to like totally split it up. I don't want to bring her, generally speaking, to that, and it's good to like do your thing.
Yeah, to each do your own things.
Exactly.
Wait, so I have a question. What's the show right now that you guys are watching? Because we could use a new one.
Oh my God. So we go through so many. It's embarrassing.
Please share them. We
Okay,
need more.
so-
We just did Berlin, by the way. It's
Yeah, we've got
amazing.
nothing on the list.
I just watched Blue Eye Samurai, which is an anime on Netflix.
Oh,
Interesting.
I was obsessed. So good. I finished it in 3 days. We finished it in 3 days. I say I finished because I finished the last 2 episodes on the plane here. But incredible show. It's actually his brother's fiance was a character designer on the show. But it's a very anime-loving family.
animated, like cartoon or
Anime.
like
anime. What's anime?
I don't know how to describe
Anime
it.
is like...
Are you like... It's animated.
I'm like, she's
No,
watching the
by way.
Smurfs
It's
in
more
Japan.
like,
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
like did you ever watch, so this show is an American version of anime, but it's still like samurai, so it's kind of like a Asian twist on animations.
Yeah.
So like this one's about a samurai. Another American version of anime is Avatar: The Last Airbender,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
which
Yes.
we also
Yes.
really love a lot, and we're rewatching that right now.
Okay, fun.
Which is a kid show, yes, but it's so good.
No, this
We'll
is
check it
great.
out.
Yeah, this is great. I'm very excited.
And that's also like, it's like about like, it takes place in, I don't know where, but again, it's more of like an Asian
Have you seen The
twist.
Last Samurai with Tom Cruise?
I have a long time ago, and I'm gonna rewatch it after I just finished Blue Eye
That's a
Samurai.
cool movie.
But we love this shit. Like we love the
Good to
anime.
know.
totally our thing. And then I'm also on my side. I have Jake shows and I have my shows.
Mhm.
That's cool.
And my shows right now are Vampire Diaries, which I'm just starting for the first time. I just started season 3. It's so good, watching my first time. And I also just finished Gossip Girl for the first time all the way through. I know.
The new one or the old one?
The old one.
Old one.
I've seen episodes and I watched it like seasons 1 and 2 when I was younger, but never finished it. And so I finally did the whole thing.
See, I think that's
a good show.
That's my one
really
show
good.
that's like my show for my life.
Gossip Girl.
It was my obsession, and honestly probably a reason that like I romanticized New York and I'm like here because it was so cute and chic and fun. I loved it. I loved it. And their relationships. I love that.
Being here after finishing that show definitely
feels different, right?
Hits different around
New York?
here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If I ever like
on the bridge watching the city lights, I'm like, ooh.
You hear the songs.
Am I in a movie right now?
You exactly hear the songs. Books. Any books you're reading or favorite books in your life? I know your grandpa said a book. I'm curious which one. Do you know which one he was talking about?
No, I don't know which one he was talking about because no hate, but I'm so not a self-help book person.
Like self-help, so that's right.
So I'm all fiction.
Jonathan's with you on that. I love self-help.
Okay, so here I am saying like Blue Eye Samurai and Avatar: The Last Airbender, but my favorite books are fantasy books and murder mystery books. My favorite series ever was A Court of Thorns and Roses, which is about like fairies and creatures and all that jazz. And I also loved the Harry Potter series, which I listened to on audiobooks, which was an incredible experience. Jim Dale, there's 2 narrators. Listen to Jim Dale. And
cool.
I guess I'll keep it at that because all the murder mystery ones are so good. I mean, Gillian Flynn is so good, but they're so dark and twisted. Like Dark Places and Sharp Objects I read during COVID, and I was just like needed to watch cartoons after, which was fun because I like horror movies too. Just having books kind of scare you and freak you out like that. So yeah, I'm more of a story kind of girl, which is why I think those things just take my mind elsewhere. Like I just like to escape.
You've always liked scary movies?
No, until recently. I am more of a recent thing.
Interesting. I've always wondered how people could put themselves through that misery.
I'm
That's
not
like
a
my
fan.
worst nightmare.
It's like been the last 4 years I started.
I like mysteries. Like I love what was it? Girl with the
dragon tattoo.
Yeah, but the other one. The girl who it was a long time ago I read it, but I love when it's like scary twist.
Oh,
like mental people are scary. Verity.
Girl on the Train, is that what we're thinking of? Verity was so good.
Verity was.
My wife can't watch scary movies.
No. I go like this, and by the way,
if there's one bad guy in the movie, she's like, "Oh, I gotta go. I can't watch even the bad guy."
I'm out because I get sad, I get guilty, I get all the emotions. I'm too emotional. I'm like, I'm good. I'm leaving.
I understand that, honestly.
but there's such an art to it, an art to like making somebody feel those emotions and. As being the person watching, getting rid of whatever's in your life, your emotions, and feeling their emotions on the television. Like there is, and to me, a book, if you can do it through a book, all the power to you. That is brilliant. If you can cry and laugh and be scared in a book, how cool is that? Because it's all in your imagination in the end of the day.
It really
very,
is.
very cool. So we've got books, we've got television shows.
Yep.
You love food. What's your the classic last meal? What's your favorite food?
Last meal? Shoot. This is a difficult one. What's your guys' last meals?
I know Jonathan's. Not even a question.
Okay, hold on.
Do it for each other. Let's do it for each other, okay?
Yeah.
Let me think of mine. You think of yours, and then we'll do it for you.
Wait, then you have to whisper in them in my ears.
Fine,
so we can...
Okay. Okay, I'll tell you Jonathan's.
Okay, mine is...
wait, I'm not done.
I'm going to order... pie of pizza from To Boots, an entire pie. Nobody's allowed to share it with me. I'm also going to get waffle fries and a Coca-Cola with an enormous amount of ice. Yeah, and maybe a chocolate cake with vanilla ice cream for dessert.
Okay, but and then
she was really on that, honestly.
What do you put on your pizza?
An enormous amount of Parmesan cheese, oregano, red pepper. Yeah, and extra sauce.
And extra sauce. I was gonna say.
If the waiter still doesn't want to shoot me, extra sauce too.
She said that's exactly what she said. She said pizza with extra sauce and oregano and chili flakes and all this stuff.
And then I added.
And then she said, and a Coca-Cola filled to the tippy top.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, now I think of mine. Good, you can go.
Ooh.
Wait, hello? Oh, wait, no. Oh, you
But
had to
I know there's a
Oh, wait.
difference between
yeah,
her
yeah.
healthy
Tell me.
meal and then there's her last meal. Okay.
You're very loud. You're very loud. Stop it.
Okay, we're ready.
She heard you.
Okay. I
but
did,
she's
but
not
I'm
gonna
gonna
lie.
Okay,
Okay.
so what I would do for my last meal was I'd go to a really, really, really good restaurant and I would order every single thing on the menu. I'd get the salad, always a side salad. I would get a pasta, probably 2 pastas to try them out.
Last meal doesn't include 70 things on the menu. You gotta cut out.
This shows how her mind works, actually.
Okay, yes,
You
it
and I are
does.
such small thinkers.
Which is why when she goes out to dinner with her girlfriends, it's like a $42 meal. I'm like, that's interesting. And then like I go to dinner with her, it's like a $420 meal. I gain 12 pounds. There's 12 dishes. She has one bite of each. And I have 90% of every dish she orders.
But then you can bring it home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's so smart. You bring it home. Not only do we have
You pack it up.
I eat it.
You bring it home. Nobody ever
You
eats
love
it.
I always eat it. I always love a cold, soggy salad and cold, soggy pasta. I love it.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
I love
Pasta,
it all.
I can so relate.
No, the salad.
But the soggy salad is
My
where you
family's the
lost
only
me.
family who likes soggy salad for breakfast the next day. So my last meal, sorry, I'm not
That's
that interesting. It'd probably be
Crazy.
a pasta, really delicious with a side salad. A delicious side salad with a pasta. But
Emphasis on the salad.
Yeah, but I love the pasta part so much, and I love chocolate cake with vanilla ice cream mixed all together and yummy. Love it all.
So you both love chocolate cake.
We do.
Yeah, we love
That's your
dessert.
thing.
We love dessert. Okay, next question, and then Jonathan has the fun last ones. Where is your favorite place you've traveled, and where do you want to travel next?
Ooh. I don't think I can just pick one, honestly.
Wanna give
But
top?
my favorite trips are going on a boat in the Mediterranean Sea, doing France and Italy with my family.
So fun.
Nothing is better for me. I love being in the water. I love swimming and I love doing the water activities. So anywhere I can do in water activity, I'm really happy. And then where do I want to go next? I really, really, really want to do like Tokyo,
So fun. See you there.
Kyoto. I really want to do Bali. Like I just really want to go to that side of the world and just hit a lot of those places.
Love it. I'll see you there.
Your mother
Very
was
down.
just in Bali.
My mom was for a very long time. My mom moved to Bali for
She had Eat, Pray, Love moment.
Yeah, literally.
The
she has a lot of
5-day
this.
airplane ride.
Yeah. Okay, so I could keep going, but I know my husband wants to get you good.
Get her good.
Yeah.
Honey.
Oh, you got his handy dandy notebook.
Yeah, that's his notebook.
Yeah, this is my notepad. Okay, so we're going to play a little game called Truth or Lie.
Ooh.
Okay.
I love games.
You're going to write down I'm going to give you my beautiful notepad over here. One truth and one lie about yourself. And Remy is going to have to pick which one is the truth, which one's the lie. If you get it right, you have to take a shot at tequila. And if you get it wrong, then you have to take a shot at tequila.
Okay, at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday. What's today? Wednesday?
Oh my God.
I'll put a smoothie in there. You'll pretend it's tequila.
I'm the biggest baby with shots. I'm scared.
Oh my God.
I'm a wine and beer kind of gal.
Love it.
Okay. We'll put it on the to-do list. Doesn't have to be now.
I'm into gin these days.
And you also. One truth and one lie, please.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just think about it?
Yes, you
need
could
a
think
pen?
about it.
Okay, let me think. I think I know what I'm going to say.
Okay.
I'm writing one thing.
Okay. You could say it. I don't know why I gave you the pad.
That was cool effect.
I'm gonna erase this.
You could write it, but you could just say it.
Okay. My first fact or lie is... Oh, shoot.
By the way, we're doing this sober. It's not like you've had 14 tequila shots.
I think what just happened was she forgot
She
had
said
to do a
fact
lie.
or lie, and now she's stuck on, do I give the fact first or the lie
She was
first? Or do I do a
thinking
little switcheroo, reversal? And now I'm going to give...
She did two crazy facts. Just tell us your two crazy facts.
Two crazy facts.
You could.
That's I'm a horrible liar.
You could give 2 lies, 2 facts, or 1 fact and 1 lie. I'll change the game.
I like that. We can.
I'll change the game.
Okay.
Give us 2 facts, 2 lies,
sure
or 1 fact and 1 lie.
It's 2
You
truths
have
and
to
a lie
say
for a
2
reason.
truths. Oh, I do have the 2 truths.
Should we just, okay, go.
potentially.
Okay, so I still have to think of the lie. Okay, I have it.
Okay, go.
Okay. My first line I would like to say is I speak 4 languages, or I know 4 languages.
What's the difference? Can you please specify?
One is that I can actually speak them. And one is and the other one is I can get by.
Okay, fine.
I have been to 8 schools and I wear 1 contact.
Well, that is crazy. That is absurd if it's 1 contact. You wear 1. Okay, so one of these is a lie.
Mhm.
I think you've been to 9 schools.
No, well, that was a truth, but now we.
We're going with 8. That was the truth.
Alexia's horrible at this.
That was the truth.
They're all lies and they're all truths. So
Well,
we
if you're
just
counting like the preschool, it was 9.
I know. Nobody can come up with a 1 contact lie, so that's obviously a truth. You probably speak 3 or 5 languages.
It is 3.
What are
3.
they? Spanish, English, and hold on, French?
We used to be French. So they're all still.
I don't know. These are flies. Maybe they're flies. They're fact
3,
lies.
I don't know any French.
1.
Okay, I don't know any French. It is 3 languages, and it's Spanish, English, and Hebrew.
Oh,
Well, I
better
learned
than I
Hebrew
am.
for all of high school.
Oh,
Oh, she passes.
I know.
Alexia.
Echo shares team. That's what I've got.
Ani lo yodat kol
Bravo.
Oh, that's good.
Bravo.
ivrit.
Wow.
Okay, but you've got a good foundation.
Thank you. Exactly.
Did you study abroad in France? Is that why you speak French?
No, I actually, one of the 8 schools I went to was the Lycée Français.
Ah.
So I learned French for like
And then
Voila.
Barcelona, no?
2 or 3 years, but then it all went away when I went to another school where I learned Hebrew for the entire duration of that school experience.
Yes.
Okay, so my next.
Wait, hello. Where's mine?
Your what?
2
Your
truths and
truth
a
and
lie.
lie.
Okay.
Wait. Mine are. Hold on. Yours were
terrible
comical.
liar.
This was a 1-hour podcast. It's now a 4.5-hour podcast because of this one game.
Okay, so my first one, and I forget, is okay. So my first one is that I had 21 guinea pigs growing up, and I had a room of all of them. My second one is that I am actually half Mormon. My third one is that I got staples in my head recently.
I think you had 19 guinea pigs.
21 guinea pigs I had. They had lots of babies. We had 2. They said they were both males. They were boy and girl, and then they procreate like this, but we didn't want to get rid of them, so we created a whole
Who
room
has
for them.
21
truth?
guinea
Yeah,
pigs?
truth.
Why did you
So the
never told me
staples
you
in
had
your
any
head
guinea
is-
pigs?
Staples are fake. I got staples. I mean, I said it was a truth fake lie.
Yeah, yeah.
I had it at one point in
You're
my
bad
life.
lying too.
Wait, but no one thought I'm Mormon too. I'm
Well,
half-
I
You're half
actually knew
Mormon.
that about
When
you.
did you
I'm
get a
half Jewish,
staple
half
in your
Mormon.
head?
when that was the lie. I said recently, but the staple in my head
It was
was when I was younger.
recently.
It was when I was in Aspen. We were in our locker room at the Maroon Creek Club,
Oh,
and I stood up, and the
the locker
locker went
room,
into my head.
accident.
Yeah, it was bad, and I took a
Why
staples.
did you have 21 guinea
Because
pigs?
we thought there were 2 men guinea pigs, and it was a woman and a man, and then they have babies, and then you don't want to know what happens then. The babies have babies with the babies with the babies.
Were
with
they
the
in a
babies.
cage or were
And
they
then
in
all
a
of a sudden,
room
one
that
day
you
they
just
were
close the door and then open the door and sneak in
No,
with
there
the
was
guinea
like
pigs?
4 cages, 4 or 5 cages, and I'd pull them out, and they go. They were so cute.
Oh my
I
gosh.
loved them. We're getting
my
guinea pigs.
God.
We're not getting guinea pigs.
Yes. Okay. Next game.
Next game. Okay.
I love games.
Sorry, Jake. Please forgive me.
This
But-
is the last.
We're going to play the fuck, marry, kill game.
Okay, I like that game.
Okay.
I'm scared.
You've got Roger Federer,
Okay.
Michael Jordan, and Timothy Chalamet.
Chamlet.
Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy Omelette. Go.
Okay, I would say. Wait, is it Michael Jordan or Michael B. Jordan?
Oh, Jonathan.
You can pick.
Okay, I would marry Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
Chomlet. as we like to say here. I would. Who was the other two? It was Michael Jordan. Who was the first? Oh, Roger. Ooh,
you know, you kind of have to marry him.
This is hard. Actually, no. I think I'm gonna marry Roger and kill Timothy.
What?
Wow! What a fake out! Poor guy was on the top. Oh my God! He's getting married. Now you're crushing him, throwing him down the hill.
Oh my God!
Marry Federer. That's a beautiful pick.
The thing is,
does that mean you're banging Michael Jordan or Michael B. Jordan? So not Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
you don't want old man cigar, championship rings.
I think Michael B.
legend.
Jordan is so cute.
You want the young buck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough.
Michael B. Jordan and as Killmonger
was great. I need to watch.
I saw him at Carbone one night.
Oh, did you?
He's a cool guy.
He's a cutie, isn't he?
He's in those Rocky movies, Creed.
Rocky, yeah.
We saw Rocky.
He's got good swag.
Do you have any more?
Smile.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, sorry, Jake, again, but you get a hall pass. You get one kiss.
Oh my God.
What would it be?
We've done it for each other, but I don't know if you can ask other people.
If you want to say, you could say Jake if you want. Let you know, Jake's out.
Who's my one hall pass?
Celebrity.
Or you can say you're not answering.
The thing is, I don't have like male crushes, like celebrity crushes. Actually, it might be Timothy.
Yeah, I like that.
You're kissing him. This guy's going to have mental problems for the rest of his life.
But the thing is, Timothy gets so much attention, especially from these like younger girls. And I just went to Kitten the other day. He's got stickers of his face everywhere. It's a lot to compete with.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Roger has
sweetheart.
He's an athlete. He's got talent.
Sure.
So if I had to marry one, but just kiss one once, it's a big difference.
So you're going to kiss Timothy Cholent. You're going to throw him down the mountain. You're going to marry Roger Federer and have a fun night with Michael B. Jordan. I think you did great.
Erase everything.
Who?
Tom Holland is my kiss, and I'd marry him too.
Who's that?
Oh,
do I know him?
I think he sounds British.
Who?
Spider-Man.
Oh,
Spider-Man.
Zendaya's girlfriend.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah,
his boyfriend.
What about Austin Butler? I love him.
Elvis.
Yeah,
Elvis. I would kiss real Elvis.
Yeah,
he's a cutie.
Yeah,
Austin Butler's a very good-looking man. But
okay, so Remy, please give us your favorite thing. You give each other your favorite thing about the other person.
That's so cute. My favorite thing about Alexia is that she's literally just a bright, shining light, and she's so easy to be with, and humble, and down to earth, and chill, and just like cool, like very relaxed and cool. Nothing. You're not like being anyone or doing anything. You're just you, and it's light and it's happy. So I love that.
Thank you. And for me, it's 100% the comfort that Remy has always brought me. When I moved in with her and the girls in Boston, I was the younger one. I was the year below. I didn't know anyone. I went to the different school. I was definitely the odd man out. And from day one, she was so maternal and so gentle and sweet and so attentive. And I just remember just immediately feeling so right with you. And she included me in everything, even though you guys had been best friends for like 3-4 years at that point. And they still included me in every single thing that they did. But I really do think that Remy spearheaded a lot of that. Like you were always so inclusive and caring and maternal, honestly.
I love you. I love bright, shining like people, and I want you guys around me. So
that's very sweet. You two need to hang out more. Next time you're in the city.
If we were in the same city, it'd be over for everyone.
On the slopes.
Bye, everybody else.
You girls are
Aspen,
both
we
great
see each
girls.
other every day on the mountain.
I hope you guys hang out a little bit more.
Last question. If you were to give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Don't wear the knee-high Converse.
Oh my God, I loved those.
Forget those forever, please.
Wait, I feel like they're going to make a comeback now. Because Alexia said that, all the little girls will be walking around in them.
What color? What you
Black.
Were they black?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Mine was side
It's an
bangs.
LA thing.
I would tell myself never get side
Skater
bangs.
thing, I think.
Yeah, we had. Did you have side bangs ever?
I like really wished I had side bangs, and I had tried, but they always looked really awkward and weird.
I would go like this. I would always like fix my side bang like this.
I'd be like this in photo booth.
I feel like
Pushing
I've
them,
seen those
trying to make them
pictures
look
of
real.
you. Good times. Well, thank you so much. We love you. This has been amazing, and hope you guys enjoy.
Thank you guys so much. I had so much fun. I love you guys.
Okay, guys, if you are in New York, February 11th, you have to come to my one-day retreat, Feel Love Now Valentine's Day event. It is going to be incredible. This Valentine's Day, it is a chance for you to give yourself the gift of self-love, to give yourself the gift of purpose and meaning and love and joy and fulfillment and freedom. It is going to be the most incredible day where you can retreat from your life for an entire day, away from all of the mayhem and responsibilities and everything going on in your life. You can retreat for one day and turn inwards and just let yourself go and let yourself feel and fill yourself up. It is going to be a day full of connection and joy. It is so life-changing, so profound. I am using things that I learned from the Joe Dispenza retreat and just so many things. I'm gathering them together and delivering you the most amazing combination of every single thing that I give to my clients. And I'm so excited for you to have you there, to experience this with you. February 11th in New York City. So join us. Can't wait to see you there. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. We hope you liked it as much as we did. Now go send it to someone who needs to hear it, because we know that dating, relationships, marriage can be tough, but we want to make it less tough. And remember, you're allowed to hate your husband. Whatever you're feeling is allowed. So go send it to a friend, to your sister, your brother, maybe your boyfriend, a husband, whoever needs to hear this, send it to them. And while you're at it, click the follow button, click the review button. Always feel free to reach out if you have any questions. And we're so excited to see you in our next episode.